Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is talking about all the makeup from 2022. So I think this is all the makeup that I bought or acquired in 2022. Pretty sure, kind of a mess, just grabbed everything and plopped it on the table. I think we need to organize this a bit. I just kind of wanted to do maybe a overview of all the things that I bought, maybe pull out. I like to do a best in, what were my favorite items for 2022, and maybe we'll talk about what were the least favorite items. So yeah, let's maybe organize this a little bit. Okay, I tried to fit everything on the screen here. That was kind of difficult, so I might start moving some stuff around. But eyeshadow pile, there are 7, I think. 6 that I bought, 1 that I was gifted. We have some eyelash stuff here. We have mascaras. Oh no, we're kind of squished. Mascaras here, eyeliners. Eyebrow products, face products, so 3, a couple powders here. I only have one foundation, but then these little foundation, samples that I was given. 5 concealers, 3 bronzers, 3 blush, 1 highlighter. This is the category, the lip category, that's problematic. It's the area that I have the most stuff in. And then a couple setting sprays. I bought the Duo kit. So I'm looking at stuff here and trying to figure out what were the things that I really enjoyed. What are the things that I bought that I am glad that I bought? Let's just pull out, this is in the middle and it's kind of looking at me. This is the NARS, what do they call it? Just the bronzing cream in Laguna. I haven't used this a whole lot, but I am happy that I bought this. If I'm looking at the things that I've purchased, this is something that I'm happy that I've purchased. I enjoy this. I like it. I would say the only reason why I'm kind of placing this above the other two bronzers is I feel like I have some flexibility with this. I can build it up and add a bit more, or I can go pretty light with it. So yeah, I would say that's, this is in no particular order of favorites, but this is definitely one of my favorites that I purchased. I would say right up there though is I do quite like this guy, this bronzer. It's working for me now. It's quite a light bronzer. I feel like it's easy to blend. Definitely I'm glad I purchased this. A little sad that I wasted, I don't want to say wasted points, but I used points on this, and then like a week or two later I saw it in Winners for like $10, and it retails I think for like $20 here. It's pretty expensive. But yeah, this is the, sorry, I don't think I said what it was. It's the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze. It's supposed to be like a face and body. It's huge. I mean, like obviously compared to other bronzers, it's quite big. But I like that it's not very deep. And it's got a bit of glow to it too. So I just feel like it is very easily blendable. Unfortunately though, it doesn't really work very well for me in the summertime. I can use it like as a second layer bronzer in the summertime. Out of the blushes, I would say I really enjoy this guy. This guy's like a, what do you call it? Cushiony? Like it's not, it's cream but not cream. It's just different from all the other blushes that I have. Let's just give it a little swatch here. It's nice and light. It blends in really well. I really enjoy this. It's just a little bit different. I like these blushes too. I feel like I haven't used these two enough to give a fair review. But yeah, I would say from the blushes, that would be one of my favorites. Lip products, I would say for sure this one is one of my favorites that I've purchased this year, and I bought this like so close to the end of the year, but it's still like I feel like I've used it enough that I definitely am glad that I've purchased this. It is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in the shade Cherry Blossom, which I like this guy just fine, but I think if I'm going to pick one or the other, I'm going to go for this one likely first over this one. I might pick this one for the color, but if color doesn't matter, if I'm just picking one, I'm definitely going to be picking, this one, the Lip Plump, over the regular one. Yeah, a lot of lip products. So just in general lip products, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 lip products that I added in this year, which is kind of a lot, and a lot of them are glosses, so like our gloss type products. So I've got like 3 glosses here, 1, 2, 3, 4, like all of them are glosses except for 3, so 10 glosses. Yeah, those are like my favorite items, I would say. And then from the eyeshadow palettes, it feels a little too soon to say in terms of like how much I like this guy, because I haven't used it a whole lot, but I've been enjoying wearing this one quite a bit, and I do recall really liking this one as well. This is the, this one's the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes palette. I have been using it this past month, so I will have some looks in my Hand That Palette update, or finale, I guess, with this palette. And then I remember really enjoying playing with this guy. This is the BH Cosmetics Romantic Nomad palette. It's really tiny. The pans are really, really small in this, but I just remember really enjoying the looks and the variety I got out of this. So I enjoyed that one as well. And I would say I also really, really enjoyed this. This is a Viseart Paris Edit palette. I am really happy I bought this. This was totally like a spontaneous splurge purchase, but I've been wanting to get this for a really long time, so I just went ahead and got it. And when I went to Florida, I actually like mixed this up with the, I think it's volume 2 or volume 3 that I have. So I took some of these shades out. I used that palette because it only has like 8 shadows, or like it's like 2 rows, so it's a bit smaller. But yeah, it was really nice to sort of like mix and match, and I just really enjoyed all the looks I got. I really enjoyed the way my eyeshadow looked, and it makes me want to buy more of these, especially for that mix and match capacity, to be able to like swap out shades and create like a really small palette that's very functional. Yeah, in the future, I really kind of want to buy more of these. I said that when I bought this, that, you know, it's maybe not a great deal for me as a Canadian buying off their website with the exchange rate. When they have those sales that are like 30 or 40%, it still doesn't work out to be a great deal for me, but it might still be worth it. I mean, obviously it's still a better deal than buying at full price. But a great deal. It's maybe ends up working to be like 10-15% off at most. But yeah, I'm really happy that I bought this. This was I feel like a wise, if I think of like wise decisions, this was a wise decision. I've also been enjoying using this guy. I've been using this quite a bit. I accidentally broke the lid though on this. I feel like I should have maybe got I don't know if I should have got a darker shade, because I think a darker shade I might not like. But I've sort of been playing with this and the ABH Dip Brow Gel that's in the same, not like the pomade, but the sort of same type of format where it's like the wand. And like, I like playing with both of them. I feel like they're comparable. So the fact that I'm enjoying using this alongside the ABH one, and the ABH one was much more expensive, this has been nice to use. I feel like it does give a bit of hold. It adds some like fibers, adds a bit of color. So I have been enjoying using that too. So I'd say those were like my favorite items this past year. I did want to show these two palettes too, because I mean, I could go through all of these palettes. I liked all of the palettes. Like, I don't think there was a single bad palette at all, which is kind of problematic because I can't wear them all on my eyeballs all at once, even though I'd like to. So the Natasha Denona Retro palette, this was in my lucky bag. I felt super lucky getting this. I would have never purchased this on my own, but it's my kind of color story. I love the pinks. Really beautiful palette. Again, another BH palette. I was all over the BH stuff, especially, I don't know if it was especially because I knew they were going out of business, but just knowing that I could get these easily, because I bought from BH when they existed online, and it's expensive as a Canadian by the time you do exchange rate, and I'm pretty sure when I bought from them, I had to pay shipping, or like a lot of times you have to pay shipping, which is no big deal, but I think I had to pay duties as well, which on a cheap brand like BH kind of sucks. But yeah, so I'm super happy that I came across this palette. This was like one of the exception palettes. I kept saying, if I find this palette, I'm buying it, even though I'm going over I had a 4 palette quota. I pretty much doubled that with 7, but one was gifted. So yeah, this one's a really beautiful palette. And again, this palette, the BH Los Angeles palette, so fun. This is such a fun palette, really enjoyable. I feel like this is a safe, colorful palette. The colors just look really, really pretty. And then if you really like colors, I feel like this is a great palette too. It's just a little different from everything else. And then the other palette, the last palette, I might as well just mention, this was the one that was gifted to me from my friend, and it's the Urban Decay Spectrum palette. So it's an older palette, but still checks out. The code still checks out. I swatched this, I've played with it. Pigment's still great in this guy. Really happy to have this one as well. Least favorite items, or items that I don't want to say least favorite because I'm not sure. Well, there's a couple. So number 1, I wish I didn't buy this. This is the L'Oreal, the Super Slim, Infallible Super Slim eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. I thought this was waterproof. It said waterproof online, but when I got it, it is not waterproof. So I'm kind of annoyed that I bought this because I really didn't need it. I wanted a waterproof one. So then I ended up buying this guy, which is not super great. It's okay. It's the Essence waterproof eyeliner pen. It's just not as black as I would like it. Like, I definitely put on a pencil eyeliner first, and then I put this guy over top. Not super thrilled with this NYX liner. This is the NYX Suede liner in Kitten Heels. And again, I was looking for a red. The color is okay. Again, it's maybe not the color that I was looking for. I was looking for something, like, it's fine, but it's just a bit of a stiff pencil. Like, it's not as creamy as the other lines. Even if the other lines, like the regular pencil, is not super creamy, I just feel like this one is even more stiff. And so I don't love it. Don't hate it. I still can use it, but I don't love it. This eyebrow pen from ColourPop. So this was in the mystery box that I bought, which some of the stuff has gone away in giveaways and some of the stuff I kept. This is just okay. The problem with this is it's a little warm and it's kind of light, which the lightness doesn't bother me because I sort of mix it with other stuff. The problem is the shade. It's just too warm, so it looks kind of funny sometimes. I don't know. I've been still trying to play with it, but I can see myself decluttering this. I can see it drying out before I can ever finish it either. So that I could have done without. I could have done without Wet n Wild sending me all these foundation samples too, but you know, I got them anyway. Mascaras, I don't really want to talk about these in detail. I am how many times have I said this? If you've been watching my channel like all year, because some of these I bought in April. I am getting my act together to do my review on all of these mascaras. Spoiler, don't love any of them. Concealers, again, I talked about I want to do a concealer video. That's just going to be next year. I'm not going to get around to that video. I'm going to do that next year, and I'm going to probably just review all of my concealers instead of just doing, like I was going to do maybe just a drugstore one. I don't know, maybe I'll split it up and do drugstore and high-end, but I think I'm just going to do that video a little bit differently. So yeah. And then the other thing that I would probably say one of my least favorite things that I purchased and I could have done without is this. This is the Wet n Wild Coffee Cat lip gloss in La Vida Mocha. And I mean, I like the scent of it. It's a little too light, and the texture of it is a little sticky, a little stickier than other stuff. So I just don't love it as much as the other items. I kind of bought it on a whim because it was cute. It had the little cats on the lid, and I was like, that's super cute. But I could have done without that. But there's nothing here that like is a super regret. There's just some things that's like, in hindsight. Again, another thing that maybe I shouldn't have bought. I mean, I like it. It's quite nice. Was this Pixie Hello Kitty. I bought it because it was on sale, like super discounted. It's in the shade Sweet Glow. And I mean, it's pretty, but I really didn't feel like I needed this. Let's do a little swatch here. Oh, that was a terrible swatch. You can't see anything. I'm gonna do one right here. Yeah, you can see, like, it's very light. I mean, it's pretty. It's sort of brightening. I think maybe I should, like, use it more as, like, a blush topper, potentially. But yeah, I could have not bought that and still be happy. When I think of things that I'm glad that I bought, like, certain things, like, I'm glad I didn't pass on, was, like, this. Or this. But this, in hindsight, if future Anne could go back to past Anne and whisper in her ear, she would have just said, you don't need that, put it back. But yeah, this is everything that I bought. I'm not going to talk about like what I've spent this year. That's going to be in my buys and buys video. Oh, and I guess my other sort of favorite thing is this. I'm really glad I purchased these things. I haven't been using the All Nighter spray in I want to say it's like been a year and a half now since I've used one, and it is my favorite setting spray. I do really think it does work. It does help your makeup stay on longer and just sort of like, just keep you a little bit more polished for a little bit longer. But yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the money part. I'm going to do that in my buys and buys, and counts as well. I'll probably talk about all the counts in that video as well. I kind of skimmed through the total number of items in each category that I bought. But obviously lip stuff is still my problem. This is definitely motivating me, I think, to maybe declutter some stuff from my lip collection that I know I need to let go of, because some stuff is just getting really old, and definitely should be looking at letting go of some stuff in that collection. Anyway, yeah, I would say those are my tops and bottoms for 2022. Again, it's not all new. I don't know if any of this is new this year. Like, a lot of stuff I bought is not new as of this year, but new to me. Yeah. Anyway, if you like this video, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.